Hi guys, Sarkinja here. We are back with some more comic books. We are going to be covering The Amazing Spider-Man, 89 here. And this is kind of a return to form of Peter Parker, but he's still not 100% here. There's been a lot going on in these past books. About 10 books ago, maybe 20 or 25, with how many Spider-Man bushes books they've been pumping out lately. Like it's been near weekly. They've had a book, a main book, or a side book, or a spin-off, or something. Spider-Man has been like really intense right now. So we've got a lot of these coming out, and we've we've been just kind of enjoying them. I've been buying most of them. Most of them have been pretty good. They have like a whole writing team for this, so and they have a whole agenda and a plan and all this stuff. And so we even get a new Goblin here. But this all started about 10 books ago with the change of writers, which led to Ben Riley and Peter Parker crossing paths and fighting together because Ben Riley has signed on with the Beyond Corporation as kind of a hero for hire type deal, but less of a mercenary villainy thing, but more of like a genuinely trying to do a good job. But during this fight, Peter becomes like irradiated, dangerously irradiated, and hospitalized, and he goes into like a coma because he's so messed up on the inside that his spider sense is like alerting him to what's happening in his body, and it's a whole journey for him. And meanwhile, he's been out of the picture, so Ben's been kind of trying to take up that mantle of Spider-Man, but he's having his own issues go on with chunks of his memory now being erased and such. And we're also finding out that Beyond is not a good place. Surprise, surprise, the corporation in comic book land is not full of good people, kind of like the real world. But let's jump into like this book specifically. Obviously, you can see that there is the Queen Goblin here. She is formerly Ben Riley's therapist with Beyond. And in a couple issues ago, she actually helped him to try to like escape and break out and break a hold of that. And this is her reward when that plan did not go so well. Um, she actually turns out to be a clone herself, just like Ben Riley is a Peter Parker clone. He's just blonde, I guess. That's the difference right there, the blonde. But so now, yeah, she's been changed into this red goblin, this queen goblin, and she's pretty strong, and she's pretty badass, and she's twisting a lot of like psychiatric advice in very bad ways, and she seems to have like a mind power to her as well. And she's actually kind of like mind controlled herself, ironically, and has been sent out by Beyond to recover stolen data that incriminates them. So I guess we'll jump into spoilers here now. So if you don't want to hear the spoilers, I'll put a sign up here, but the chapters at the bottom will designate what's safe and what's not, just like the rest of the videos here. So let's dive in. So this is all stemming from Dr. Octavius realizing that the Beyond Corporation has bought like the Parker Industries, which is a lot of his work, and he gets pissed off about that, and he attacks Beyond, and he gets a whole bunch of data of Beyond's incriminating data. Ben Riley ends up fighting Doc Ock. Doc Ock tells him like, "Hey, this is what's there," and he gives them the drive. Ben Riley reviews the drive. He comes back. He sneaks it to his wife, and that's when they try to like break out. This didn't happen this book. It happened 2 books ago, I believe. And then from there, Ben ends up getting captured, and they try to like erase those recent memories, but his like brain collapses, and he loses a ton of memories. But he wakes up, but he's different. And in the last book, you realize how different. He doesn't remember Uncle Ben. So the whole great power comes with great responsibility thing that shaped Peter's ideology is now gone in Ben. And through that, he's different. Like, he leaves Mary Jane alone with the Queen here after he saves his wife from her. He just leaves because he doesn't care. And so, as you can see on the cover here, Black Cat shows up. Black Cat's throwing hands, but Queen is definitely out of Black Cat's league for sure, and even does like a mind manipulation tactic, like through touch, and practically makes her suicidal by twisting her own thoughts against her. And then she ends up getting saved by none other than Spider-Man, who had broken out of the webbing that Black Cat had left him in the hospital, saying if he could get out, he was ready to come help her fight. Um, he throws a few punches. He's not doing too hot. He's not 100%, but it does cut back to the fact and reveal that he didn't actually make it out of the web in the hospital. He was let out by Ben Reilly's wife because she knows something's wrong with him as well. So that's the full circle of that copy right now. It's been a good story, and I think we're kind of coming back to Spider-Man being an active factor, and then Ben Reilly. They did a good job making him interesting because this whole time he's kind of felt like a replacement. Like he's just going to fall to the wayside once Peter's back. But now he's got his own book, so I assume Peter's going to be taking back the Amazing Spider-Man book, and then Ben Reilly will be off to the side in his own book, which was, the first one was okay. It was very wordy, in my opinion, very wordy and thoughtful, which kind of didn't match up with the vibe of the Amazing Spider-Man Ben Reilly. In that book, Ben Reilly, they didn't seem like they were the same person almost. So that kind of threw me off, and I actually didn't pick up the second one of it. But yeah, that is our current stories, and so we should probably see Spider-Man fighting Queen Goblin here, and we'll see how that turns out for him. If you guys like these videos, please like, comment, let me know if I can make any changes for you, and let me know if there's any books or series that you would like to hear from me. I will read them. I will and I'll give you a synopsis, and I can include some more pictures once the books are more public as well. Thank you. Bye.